It's a huge blow to their Champions League aspirations and, of course, the two-legged quarter-final against Real Madrid. Gabriel was forced off early in Arsenal's 2-0 win over Fulham on Tuesday, with Jakub Kiwior coming on to replace him. The club statement this afternoon has confirmed that the injury is severe. Said this: Gabby will undergo a surgical repair procedure to his hamstring in the coming days and immediately begin his recovery and rehabilitation programme, with the aim to be ready for the start of next season. Well, his loss couldn't come at a worse time for Arsenal, with Arteta's side facing a tough run of fixtures, both domestically and in the Champions League, with the Emirates hosting their quarter-final against Real Madrid next Tuesday. And these stats really show how big an impact the defender has since he joined the club almost 5 years ago. They've conceded more goals, dropped more points, and have a lower win percentage without him in the side.
It's horrible news. It's the news that we all kind of feared after the way we saw Gabriel pull up in the Fulham game. You could tell instantly that he was in quite a bit of discomfort. I hope that him sort of getting up off the ground and trying desperately to get back into position because the ball was still in play hasn't done any further damage. And I hope that's not the reason that he's ended up in a situation where he requires surgery. But this is the third one for Arsenal this season. You know, 3 players now requiring hamstring surgery. And I know people will talk about Arsenal's role in this, and I know people will focus on maybe the lack of rotation with regards to certain players, but I think this is a problem that we've got in the game generally at the moment. The volume of hamstring injuries, full stop, is alarming, and I don't know what the reason is because I'm not a medical expert, but it's certainly something they've got to be working on, trying to get to the bottom of in the background. The timing, as you said, it couldn't be worse. You know, for a long time now, it's felt as though the Premier League title is headed to Anfield, and so the Champions League has been the real focus, and there's been so much excitement and anticipation around this Real Madrid game, which is coming up. And to lose the player that, for me, is the player of the season for Arsenal, it is a real big hammer blow.
But Gabriel is not just key defensively for Arsenal. He's a major part of their set-piece threat, which has, of course, led to many of their goals in recent seasons. And that's underlined by this statistic. Since the start of last season, out of all the defenders in the Premier League, only Manchester City's Josko Gvardiol has scored more goals than Gabriel's 7.
He's been so consistent at both ends of the pitch. He's been immaculate almost defensively, and he's been such a threat going forward. And I worry that him missing is not just going to have an impact in that left centre-back